In a previous video, I outlined 3 different ways and all the steps to contribute to the DNN docs website that you see here. In this video, I'm going to focus on just how to make a quick update for things that aren't complicated. Anybody can do this. All you need to do is have an account on the GitHub website. Let's look for something to update. I'm going to the administrators. I'm going to go to configure the site, and I'm going to access the web config. And as I'm looking through here, I notice there's nothing stating anything about the warning for the web config and the impacts that could occur when you edit it. So I might want to update this. Now, one way to figure out how to update this is to go to the DNN docs website, and you can get to that from the homepage of the DNN docs website. So there's a contribute to the docs page, and that will take you or give you a link to the page I'm looking at right now. So I'm going to go to this website, and so one way to figure out how to update that particular piece of documentation is to look at the URL. So there's a URL, it goes from content to administrators, configuring your site, access web config, and index. And so if we were to do that, we go content, administrators, configuring your site, and access the web config. Okay, and in each section you have an index.md. MD is a markdown file. It's basically just text. There's a link for that inside of the documentation as well, but it's pretty much just plain text. So if we click on that, we can see pretty much exactly what we were just seeing on the other site. And now we can choose to edit it using this pencil. Okay, and it's just text. And so Markdown, it's pretty straightforward. Once you use it a couple times, it'll make complete sense. Another way to do this is, instead of trying to navigate to it, there's a Improve This Doc link on the top right of any documentation page. So we can click on that, and it takes us directly there, so we don't have to look for it. And now we can click the pencil. At this time, I'm just going to add an update to it. One of the cool things about the DNN docs is that there are some included formats that you can use. In this case, I'm going to add this text that you're looking at here that I've been working on as a special note. At this point, my update's done and I can save it. When you do this, you'll want to give some context around what your update is and why you did it. Now, before I propose the file change, I'm going to go back to the DNN docs website. And if we go to the contribute to the docs, expand this, and look at the markdown guide, we can see what I'm using as this callout. So it's a callout in the docs, and I just used a note, but that might not be the best way to present what we're just looking at. Because of the impact that this particular issue could have that I just outlined with the web.config, it might be an important one, or a tip, or a caution. So in this particular case, I'm going to go ahead and change this to important. And now, all I have to do to submit this change is click the Propose File Change button. And now I'm shown a page where it's comparing the changes, and this allows me to review them and submit them for inclusion into the DNN docs website. If I didn't already create my own copy of the repository known as a fork, it would have done that for me. And so all I technically have to do at this point is just click the Create Pull Request button. GitHub did the rest of the work for you. If I want to, at this point I can update the text that I've already put into here. Other than that, I can just click Create Pull Request. At this point, my pull request is created, and in almost every case, you'll see that the pull request is able to be reviewed and approved. There are no conflicts. that's it. At this point, the people that are in charge of approving these pull requests have received the updates, and they'll approve it as soon as they can. And if there's any question about your update and they need to talk to you about it, there's a comment engine where you would be able to converse with them about that. Once your update's approved, it'll just show up on the DNN Docs website over time. It's not an instant update. As soon as you see it get approved, you won't see it on the website immediately, but it will be there in a short period of time as the website refreshes. That's all there is to it.